2 degrees this morning at KNEB News Extra is next, and brought to you by Jolly Funeral Home. Here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you, Dennis, and good morning, everyone. Among the things that are going on this weekend, in addition to Oktoberfest and the Family Fun Day over at the Farm and Ranch Museum, and the next festival, the Nest Festival with the First National Bank, we have the 24th Annual Panhandle Early Childhood Conference going on as well this weekend over at the Gering Civic Center on Saturday. And with us is Jackie Guzman from UNL Extension, and we have a very special guest, Dr. Tonia Durden, who's traveled all the way from Lincoln to be here, and she's one of the guest speakers at the conference. And so we're going to learn all about it this morning. First of all, we're going to talk to Jackie, and then we'll talk to Dr. Durden after we take a little break here. But tell us, this 24th annual conference, these conferences, what they're kind of for folks that deal with children at young age, right?
This is our 24th annual. However, I have not been with the committee that long, but I've been in education about that long. And it is a conference specifically for child care providers. Every year we have approximately 200 to 260 attendees that come from all over the Panhandle to learn more about early child care development.
All right, teachers, educators, child care providers, everybody
and
like that.
And sometimes parents.
Sometimes parents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this year the theme is early social child development. Am I right? And that's part of why Dr. Durden is here.
Yes, and we have Dr. Tonia Durden and Carol McLeod, who is the author of Have You Filled Your Bucket Today and Fill a Bucket, about her books use the analogy of filling a bucket. She calls them bucket fillers and bucket dippers. When it comes to how we treat children, it's about treating people with kindness and respect and love. And if you're a bucket dipper, then you're taking away from someone's self-esteem and hurting them, and bullying and being mean-spirited. So it's a positive way of teaching children about how to treat one another with respect. We have a program this evening at Scottsbluff Public Library with Carol McLeod at 6:30 p.m. and it's open to parents and their children. So we invite everyone to come this evening at 6:30 to meet her. We'll have some of her books on sale, and we have a special gift from our author for children that are in attendance.
Wow! All right, 6:30 tonight at the Lied Scottsbluff Public Library, and then tomorrow there's the Childhood Conference. And that runs, am I right? Let's see, 7:30 and runs all the way to 3:30, and there's different breakout sessions, right?
Yeah, the theme this year is social-emotional development, or how to fill your bucket, which is in simpler terms.
Yep.
And we have several speakers. We have, like I said, Dr. Tonia Durden, and our own local expert, Dr. Mark Hall, who will also be hosting a session as well.
All right. And the cost for this, if you guys, registration is basically closed, but there's someone that listens to this today and says, you know, I'd really like to be part of this. I know I'm late. How do they get in if that's the case?
They can call me and visit with us at the Extension Center, 632-1480. If you absolutely feel like you need to come, we'll talk about it. I'm sure we can get them in.
Sure we can get them in, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, very good. We're going to talk to Dr. Durden right after this break, and she'll discuss some of the things she's going to talk about right after this.
Comforting, personal.
All righty. I followed that.
I did forget to give a list of partners.
Oh, partners?
Oh, okay.
Give that
We can do that.
Do you want that, or do you want me to do that?
You can do. Maybe you can do that real quick, and then we'll hand the mic over
All right.
to Dr. Durden.
To our services. That's Jolliffe Funeral Home. Our family serving your family for 3 generations.
We are back on News Extra this morning, and we're talking to Jackie Guzman from UNL Extension, and also Dr. Tonia Durden, who came here all the way from Lincoln and is with UNL Extension. We're going to talk to her in just a sec. One other thing we wanted to mention is partners for this early childhood conference that will go on tomorrow over at Gering. Some of the partners with UNL, right?
Yes, it definitely takes a village to create this event. And our partners, of course, we have UNL Extension, Community Action Partnership of Western Nebraska Head Start, Western Nebraska Community College Early Childhood Development, the Department of Health and Human Services, Division of Public Health and Child Licensing, Scottsbluff Public Schools, Educational Unit 13, Panhandle Early Connections Partnership, and Scottsbluff Public Library this year. We're excited about that partnership with them and having them host our author, Carol McLeod, this evening.
All right, very good. Now, Dr. Durden, we'll give you the mic. We're very pleased to have you here. I know you took the long drive yesterday.
Absolutely.
And we're really happy to have you here. And you have some things. I'm looking at all these little notes and pyramids and stuff. And so you're going to talk about how important it is for kids to have very good social skills and social development early in their life, right?
Absolutely. There's actually two topic areas that I'm going to focus on tomorrow. But taking a step back, in Nebraska with early childhood, one of our huge initiatives is the teaching pyramid promoting social emotional competence. So a lot of our professional development in this area focuses on drawing upon that framework. And that framework basically talks about how it's important to teach children positive social skills and how to be good friends. And a part of that is looking for adults how to create environments that help support their social emotional development and also how to model those behaviors as well. So not only creating the environment, but also teaching children the actual expectations of what it means to be a good friend, to play well with others, to share, et cetera, et cetera. The other spin that I'm going to add to this conversation is a big part of my work and research is looking at how we create inclusive environments for children, particularly from culturally and linguistically diverse populations. So we're going to talk a lot tomorrow about first the basis, the foundation framework of helping to build friendship skills and emotional literacy of young children, but also how to tell the difference between how children who have difficulties making friends, whether it's the need to build social skills, or if it's because they're being excluded because of their language barrier or because of their ethnicity or their gender. There's, primarily group play among just boys, so I'm a girl and I want to play in the block area, or if it's because of a special needs or an exceptionality. So a part of that, one of my breakout sessions is talking about discovering diversity. So how can we make sure we're creating not only inclusive environments where everyone has the opportunity to actually engage in those play skills that we're teaching in the early childhood classroom.
So it sounds like parents play a very important role in this, in developing a nice environment in the home to teach some of these skills, right?
Absolutely.
And then in the schools, the educators and the child care providers prior to kids getting into school need to maybe think about this, and if there's a child that is kind of isolated, trying to get that child into the mainstream, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's absolutely correct.
All right. Okay, so that should be pretty fun and interesting tomorrow, and you have what? You're one of the keynote speakers.
I'm one of the keynotes, so we're going to play. I am a big component. One of the big researchers in my field is Tyrone Howard, and he talks about the importance of we can't teach what we don't know. And so one of my big philosophies is we can't teach children how to play, because play is a huge part of teaching friendship and social skills and helping children to develop socially and emotionally. So if we don't know how to play as adults, then how can we model playing for young children? So we're going to do a lot of playing tomorrow in our keynote so that we can actually model ourselves how to interact appropriately, because a big part of helping to develop children's friendship skills and social emotional literacy is also being able to model that as well. How do we respond to new students that come into our classroom, to new parents that come into the classroom, and also new colleagues? So children are always observing our actions and our reactions to different situations. So we're going to do a lot of modeling, we're going to do a lot of playing, and I'm going to give a little bit of information as well of specific strategies they can do in the classroom.
All right, we look forward to it. And once again, the Early Childhood Conference is tomorrow, starts off at 7:30, runs till 3:30. If you're still interested in getting in, 632-1480 is the number, and you can listen to Dr. Durden and also Carol McLeod. Don't forget that 6:30 presentation tonight over at the Lied Scottsbluff Public Library. And for those 200 and some that are going to be there, I think they're going to have a good time, no question about it.
Lot of fun.
Lots of fun.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks
for
you.
having us.
You bet.